Hi everyone. We're starting this amazing gathering for this 5-day challenge
Yay.
to discover together, those healing gifts that we carry as our natural essence. Yeah. We are super happy to be here. We are just starting this, excited as well
Yes.
with Camila having prepared for this event. I hope you're having an amazing Christmas time, celebrating with your family and doing what you enjoy, okay? And together, from this moment and for the next 5 days, you're going to have amazing content every day guiding you towards realizing your powers, your gift, your talent as a medicine being, as a healer. And every day with these videos, we are going to elevate your awareness to your gifts so you can begin to use them and this way experience the life that you want. Because when you activate your gifts, there is no limits for what you can achieve in your life.
Absolutely. We're so happy to be here with all of you to be sharing on this topic of healing, mastering your healing ability, something that is actually all of our nature. It is within our nature to be healers, to discover that power within us that lets us know that we don't necessarily depend so much on what's going on around us or others to give us that ability, but that it's actually an internal gift that with time, with perseverance, with practice, we can develop. Like any muscle, we can make it strong and we can become strong and capable and very powerful healers for ourselves and for others. So we're really happy to be initiating this challenge with you all today. It's been quite a year, 2020, and so it
Hmm.
feels really appropriate that we focus on this, how to master our healing gifts, so that as we continue facing a little bit of unknown, we can still feel confident within ourselves that we do have everything that we need inside of ourselves to feel good, to be okay, to be healthy, to be even vibrant amongst the challenges that we face individually and collectively. So good to see those of you who are starting to join. Hello,
Yes.
Donovan.
Let us know where are you connecting from, your name, just something that you want to share, and also what is that you want to learn? What is that gift that you feel that you carry within you and that you are ready to activate through these 5 days with us? Because if you are here, it's because you have felt within you the inner power, the calling to be in service, to be a helper of this world, to give to this world a new and higher energy that can improve other people's lives. So please let us know where are you coming from and share with us anything in the comments because for us it's also very wonderful to read you, to feel you, to know where are you writing from and to create this community, because that's what humanity needs now. Humanity needs to connect people, to create community, focus into goodness, and having an awesome life. Because I believe that what you want in your life is to be happy, to be healthy, to be successful, isn't it? And that's what the majority of the people in the world wants, to be happy, to be healthy, to have control of their lives, isn't it? So we can read here from Donovan, Valeria, Kate, and all of you joining us. Super welcome to be here with us. Vanessa from Hungary also.
Janos
Janos.
and Jill. Oh, so nice. So we're all over the world joining. We're actually in California, in
Hmm.
Northern California. We have really wrapped up our Christmas festivities, and so with all of that joy, we're really happy to be here with all of you today. And yes, also wishing that you had a nice holiday and that here you find that community or that love that matches that one that you want and that one that you're also able to give. So good to read you all. And Vanessa, you're sharing that I need to focus, root in your presence with Mother Earth, and share the breath technology. Perfect. So good you can plug into that intention here. Donovan, you did the 8-day Breatharian challenge last month and feel amazing since. It was great. I'm here to continue my journey and understand, master the prana even more. Excellent.
You did it. You are here. That's awesome that you follow your guidance to get to discover even deeper what is this amazing source of energy that we have already tasted. You have had the workshop with us, the 8-day process. You were able to feel, to taste the amazing divine energy that we are using to heal each other. And of course, we want more because it's just a beautiful feeling that we gain from that source connection, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hello, Jenny. Welcome from Canada. We're happy to have you as well. Hello, Jana in Wales. Oh, excellent. We were also in Wales a number of years ago. It's such a beautiful place.
Yes.
So here you can see we are also creating like a grid as we connect in this intention to anchor in our gifts as healers and to become powerful healers. We're all in different places of the world, and that's really powerful because we are connecting together, our hearts, our souls, our intention, and together we create a grid of consciousness all around this globe, and that's exactly what the planet, the humanity needs right now. Are beings like us who are ready to take on that responsibility of just getting to know our healing gifts and capacities and being able to radiate that energy, that love in a consistent, constant manner so that we can, yes, spread it into our communities, into our country, to our whole world.
Hmm. People from Sweden as well. Wonderful. We have been in Sweden too, sharing the process. Beautiful country. I'm just happy that we are coming from all the corners of the world to gather in this event. And now it's time to begin, isn't it? I feel super ready to start transmitting and sharing with you guys how to activate your gifts, your talents, and for me, for example, I always knew that we had gifts, although I ended up discovering and mastering those gifts, through the years as I grew up. I believe that, like I did, and like many people have felt in their childhood or as they grew up, like a spark of consciousness, a spark of faith in ourselves, a spark of faith in God, love, universe, consciousness, and that spark has somehow lead us in our path to discover those gifts, and when we trust and believe in those gifts have grown to help us to not only change our lives,
Yeah.
but also to change the life of thousands of people around the world. So with Camila, we started this journey differently. Each of us was looking for their own activation or our gifts, isn't it?
Yeah, our own also unique intentions of what we wanted to heal so that we could step into our power and our healing abilities.
And different ages, but somehow we were in the path since we felt the inner call, isn't it, to realize that power within us. For me personally, I start realizing the gifts through art. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to love to sing, to play music, to write songs. And when I used to write those songs, I used to be like receiving God's messages, receiving cosmic or love messages, and I realized that when we are peaceful, when we are quiet, when we are surrendered to the flow of information, there is a communication that takes place, like an inspiration that comes to our bodies, comes to our minds, and gives us ideas. It gives us creativity to bring our life towards our goals, isn't it? So our life was like that, growing and growing. I had for example, my mom was Christian, my dad was into metaphysics, so I was able to pick some of this kind of knowledge from both of my parents and found my own way through my life as well. But it was not easy, to discover these gifts. There was a lot of chaos in my life before I realized these powers and I begin to use them with the best intention to help others. You know, a lot of childhood traumas, a lot of body aches and pains, a lot of mental thoughts that were repeating in my mind from my childhood experiences, emotions, experiences that somehow change us as we grow up and confuse us or make us, deviate from the path, isn't it? And for me, in those moments when I feel deviated of the path, is when I saw my life getting into chaos, getting into a place that was not fun, yeah. And then somehow from those places of chaos, again the inner call is like, hey, come on, you know the truth, what is the essence, come back to the essence, this is the path, and again believing the life itself is so perfect that when you trust and you have faith in your gifts, although maybe we deviate from the path for a certain time, then those gifts are going to bring us back to the path, because that's what this inner force does, keeps us inspiring us and keeps us back into the path so we can really achieve our dreams, yeah. And from those moments of chaos and physical pain, mental overwhelming, emotional distress, stress, is when you begin to, in my case, I begin to realize that I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my health. I have to heal myself from all the memories of the past and all the traumas, situations, the stresses of the past, and become a new person that is in control of my own health, yeah, my own mind, my own emotions. And of course, I didn't know how to do this. It was difficult to find this beautiful state or this wise knowledge in the big city where I was born. I was born in a big city in which there is a lot of stress, a lot of people that is in a hurry. So doesn't provide the space for a person to really grow fast and to tap into the source fast, isn't it? So my life took me to travel. When I was like 22 years old, I decided to travel, to find my own purpose, my own gifts, to activate those gifts, because I wanted to be in service of humanity. And then I went to South America to travel in Peru and Bolivia and Argentina and Chile and Brazil. And because the intention was to heal, to learn, to discover my inner gifts and my talents as a self-healer person and as a healer for others, I was lucky or guided. The life was able to put in my path the right people to inspire me and to teach me how to activate my healing powers, my healing gifts. For example, I was able to meet many shamans in South America, who I did different ceremonies, different practices, different rituals. As well, I learned from them, about the power of the sacred plants, the sacred medicines, and as well the plants that are in nature, how to use them for healing. Yeah. Also, when I was in South America, I was able to meet this very amazing wise master from Lake Titicaca in the city of Tiahuanaco, who his name was Rufino Paxi Limachi, and he was an author, a writer, a healer, and a very renowned Amauta in Bolivia, who I was able to go to his house and learn from him and learn how they are healers, not just healers that they use accessories or remedies to heal people, but they were able to heal people just by using the right words, the right knowledge, giving you the right advice for you to set your mind in the new step in your path. So I also was able to meet, people that doesn't eat, for example. Yeah, I met Victor Trubiano when I was in Bolivia, who was a person that at that time when I met him, he was living as a breatharian, and it was one entire year without drinking, not even water. So those kind of experiences were like mind-blowing when you encounter somebody that is living only on prana and not drinking for one entire year, and also having all the momentum of all the shamans and the rituals that we were experiencing, is when somehow we begin to realize those gifts within us, and accept those gifts, accept the responsibility that we can become healers, that we can heal other people. And for example, when I was in Bolivia, I was with Rufino Paxi, and he was the person that told me that I have to trust in my purpose, you know. And I was like, what is my purpose? And he's like, you are a healer, you know, you are a medicine person. At that time, I didn't know what that means, you know, or if I really was a healer or not. But these people that life put in my way were able to affirm that and to again, you know, mention that that gift was within me. And then is when I begin to take this more serious. You know, that, okay, I have these gifts that I had always have felt. I know that these gifts can change my entire life. So I begin to give more attention to those gifts and more focus and to really wanted to discover them. And with Camila and I, we were inspired at that time because of all the healing, because of all the journey. We were inspired to do the Breatharian process. That is a process that includes 21 days without food, you know, just drinking liquids for 14 days. And the first week is 7 days not drinking anything, not even one drop of water. Yeah. And of course, that was the most powerful healing discovery, because by being without food, you know, all the blockages, all the limiting belief systems, all the hidden emotions, the hidden trauma were able to come to the surface, you know, and we are able to face those challenges, face those memories, those thoughts, you know, that come to the surface. And there is no way to hide there, because you are just in front of the challenges. And we learn to shake hands, you know, to accept all those aspects of us, you know, the goodness and maybe the mistakes that we have made in our lives, because, you know, we're humans and making mistakes is part of humanity, you know. But when we accept all those stages of our life, we are not victims anymore, and instead we embody all of that, and we became powerful, you know. So in our case, we did this amazing process of 21 days to become Breatharians. And in those 21 days is where all the fog of the mind fade out for us to be able to realize that gift of healing. And for me, that was the bridge, crossing the bridge from just intellectual kind of desire to activate my healing gifts, to actually, you know, activating them, to actually feeling those gifts and seeing the potential in these gifts. So we started with Camila teaching, you know, teaching the Breatharian process to groups of people, and then we were, you know, invited to travel through all the world, because we have been in like almost 30 countries teaching the Breatharian process, and doing fasting and breathwork and energy work with those groups, you know. And when we were doing this, is when we begin to see the healing that we experience in our bodies first. Then we realize that that can be transferable to other people, you know. And in the groups, we start seeing all the people that was healing for amazing stuff, you know, that we were also like surprised, like, oh my God, what is happening here? You know, is this a true healing power? And the more and more groups we share and we teach, the healing begin to be more expressive, you know, more tangible, more real in our groups. And people was, you know, super happy, like, God, guys, this is so awesome. Always, you know, beautiful feedback, healing in so many levels. Then is when people begin to ask us if we can also, you know, teach them or help them to activate their powers as healers, so they can also be in service of the world and be inspired by this new force in their lives. And then is when we started the new part, you know, the new path of the journey, the new aspect of the journey, in which we begin to share and to teach others how to activate their gifts to become true powerful healers. And we have been doing that for the last 12 years, isn't it? Traveling and doing it with so much passion, so much love. And now we have created this challenge to share with you guys all that journey, you know, to summarize all those steps that we went through in our journeys, the bads, the goods, for you to avoid the bads and go towards the goods right away, and begin that activation in a way that is safe, clear, mapped, and the results are tangible and immediate for you in your life. How was for you, Cami, your path also?
Oh yeah, so diverse. Like Akai mentioned, we all have our timing, we all have our unique intentions of why we want to be in this path and what we want to heal. And yes, I think also from a young age I could feel that I had a presence, that my presence was a good presence, and that people liked to be around me, and that was an indicator that, yeah, that um, maybe like everyone, I was discovering something special inside of myself. And definitely there were certain challenges too. I think that when we are these kinds of beings who want to or have that sort of soul intention to be of service, we sometimes get put into circumstances that are really powerful, and sometimes we could say life changing, or we could say maybe traumatizing. We could use different words for them, and maybe there's many different circumstances that we maybe get to go through because they strengthen us and they help us to discover who we are and to center us in really who we want to be, hold on to that inside of us, which is our treasure, those good parts about us. So, yes, there were childhood things that I experienced, and especially like the culmination of those things in the teenage and late teenage years, where I saw, the life choices maybe of other family members and how those ended in destructive ways. And I could see that I definitely didn't want to go down that path. But, trying to find and figure out who you are in the world is quite a task, maybe. So um, I was, I think, just collecting all of these experiences. But yeah, in my family, there were experiences of domestic violence and sexual abuse, and thankfully in my nucleus with my parents, they kept us super safe. But in the immediate outside of that circle was all of those things happening. And so those were strong experiences to see and to face as a child, and try to understand why and how that happens, and why somebody would even want to do those kinds of things. And so that definitely led me into an exploration of psychology and trying to understand the human mind and the psyche, and why people can reenact behavior that was traumatizing for them and then reenact it onto others, so perpetuating those kinds of experiences. So also around 19 years old, I felt like I needed to just separate myself from that and figure out who I was, and expose myself to new experiences, new people, new places, so that I could also begin to, really define myself. And the intention of all of that was healing, really, because I did feel like I had been impacted by those experiences, and my body was starting to show signs of needing to be healed and needing to learn how to live life in a more healthy and holistic and just, I think, loving and accepting way, really. And so, yeah, I met Akai very shortly after on that healing journey. And so a lot of what he shares about experiencing shamanic work and ceremonies, we did that together.
Mm-hmm.
We were traveling, and both, somehow, even though we were from different places in the globe, we had very similar like childhood experiences that we were like, we want to release this baggage from our lives so that we can just be happy. And so it did bring us to meet many incredible people, and I think that in that focus or in that path, I started to center myself in my own femininity, which is something that I think for a long time I kind of shunned. Like, being a woman was not a great thing necessarily. So on that path, I was starting to see like, wow, yeah, being a woman is so beautiful, and there's this divinity of this femininity, and I wanted to discover more and more of that, and I didn't want to see it or experience it as like a curse or a painful thing anymore. So I had a lot of womb healing to do. And so maybe any of you ladies who have worked with me before, you know that, yeah, my focus began to really center around that feminine healing and discovering our gifts in this very kind of male world where we are maybe not often shown the way of our cyclical being and our emotions and the way our bodies work. And so I really delved into that exploration, and I wanted to, yeah, embrace my cycle, embrace my cyclical mind and emotions, and so that when we decided to do the 21-day process was my intention. I wanted to actually really heal on like a DNA genetic level. I wanted to kind of cut the chain from those things that I didn't feel were going to serve my life and my future, um, and that's absolutely what happened. And so it's amazing that as you heal, you then begin to attract others who want to heal those same things that you healed from, kind of. So like Akahi mentioned, as we started traveling and teaching, I was seeing how in my workshops, or when it was time for me to do my part, like so many women would open up and be like, oh, I've been through this thing, how do I heal from it? Or yeah, like talking or revealing experiences of sexual abuse and assault and things like that that maybe they've not ever expressed to anyone before. And I felt like, wow, what a beautiful blessing that you can turn your own pain into purpose and also help others do the same. And so that's, I think, a lot of this has happened in my own person. But I in recent years I have wanted to also maybe go back to the origins and kind of seek out women who want to be on that healing path but don't know at all where to begin, or are still very much in those cycles of generational patterns or abuse. And so as you start to kind of discern where your specialty is, where your life experiences are most valuable to others, I see myself now working with women who are mirrors of like family members, and I find it to be so beautiful because we really can kind of come full circle in life, and we can return almost to the place where we started, but from a totally different consciousness and a new ability to step up and say, those things no longer trigger me or affect me, and so I'm ready to be here for you, so that you can also shed those layers that are not serving you. And I think that that's also really powerful in us, in each one of you, discovering where your specialty lies, what it is exactly that you want to kind of, or how you want to be of service to others. Sometimes it's through those things that we've experienced that were the most traumatizing and the most painful for us that we, are able to transmute and turn them into like a superpower, to be an example for others that, yeah, it's okay, you can heal from this, and also come into your own power to where those things don't affect you anymore, and instead you're like a pillar of strength and an example, inspiration. So I think healing is a combination, it's not just saying I'm a healer and I have this ability to heal you. It's the journey, it's the path that you've walked also that has helped each time to center you more and more and more into your power, into who you really are. And yeah, that's a little bit about how I've discovered this, and and how we share it as well.
And I believe you also have your inner call, your gift. And as we are sharing with you how the faith, the belief, the passion towards our gifts can, grow and lead us to achieve all the beautiful things that we want in our life. That's what we want to share with you in this 5-day challenge, because as we have seen our life changed by the activation of these gifts, and we have seen also hundreds of people, activating with us through our groups and workshops around the world, and the benefits that they gain from this. We want to share this with you so you can get into the track of your path, and if you maybe deviated or something happened in your life that shake you off, you have the opportunity to come back to the path and from here reignite a new journey towards your higher power, your higher potential. Yeah. So everything has to be done organically, not forcing, because the gifts are there. You already are born with these amazing gifts, yeah. And the best way to access those gifts is by trusting and developing it as skills day by day with passion, with love, and you will see how gradually your days are going to become magic, because for me, for example, I saw the difference before and after uh, activating and really accepting these gifts. Because sometimes also we feel the gifts, we might perceive them, but we don't accept it. We kind of uh, create boundaries in our mind to not accept much of that metaphysical or spiritual aspect, and instead we choose to focus more in the 3D materialistic world, isn't it? But when you allow that energy to begin to get more close to you and you embody, you accept those gifts in your existence, in your being, then is when these gifts begin to grow from inside and begin to pave the way of your life in a beautiful manifestation, that is going to attract good things to you. So today, let's go into the steps, What are the steps to start manifesting, to start activating your healing gifts, First, the first step is to realize that you are already born with gifts. And maybe the gift was music, painting, or anything that you used to do when you were a kid, like any hobby or anything that makes you happy, and that gift, as you retap into that gift, now as an adult, you can give enough focus to that gift to take it to the next level, yeah, and make that gift a superpower for you. So continue trusting in that call that you have in your heart, that spark that is going to lead you through many beautiful experiences to discover who you truly are. And with us here, we are going to share with you guys through these 5 days techniques, breathwork practices, affirmations, and different powerful tools that we have learned through all these years to, speed up that process of activation, that healing power that you carry within you. Okay? So let's start first with the affirmation. An affirmation to embody, to start accepting that yes, we carry gifts and it's time to own it so that they can develop through us. Okay? So I have a nice affirmation that is very simple, very easy, that I would like to share with you guys.
I can type it here when you have said
Okay,
it.
and I will say it, and Camille is going to type it there. The affirmation is about accepting and embodying. Yes? So it says like this. I accept my spiritual gifts.
Okay, sorry.
Camila is typing.
The screen went away for a second. Okay.
I accept my spiritual gifts and I embody the healer that I am. You like it?
Love it. I accept my
Perfect. So
spiritual
very
gifts.
simple, Very simple, um, but let's feel what this can do within us, okay? So we're going to repeat this affirmation 3 times, and in between each time, let's take 3 deep breaths, and let's just feel what kind of energy this affirmation of accepting our powers offer us, okay? So let's start. 3, 2, 1. I accept my spiritual gifts, and I embody the healer that I am. Breathe. Again, repeat these words with passion. I accept my spiritual gifts, and I embody the healer that I am. Wonderful. Let's do it one more time. The affirmation, and just give the best to yourself as you repeat these words, okay? I accept my spiritual gifts, and I embody the healer that I am. Breath by breath, you already are becoming a healer, accepting the gift. Wonderful. So wonderful to share this with you and to start this journey towards activating our healing powers and becoming medicine persons. And you know, when I was in South America traveling with the shamans, I was traveling without money. I mean, just the money that I used to make selling my art, because I am an artist, so I used to sell my paintings through different cities, different places in South America, and travel, that way. And my only intention was to, to heal, to discover more about myself. And when I went, and I had many shamanic experiences with different shamans in South America, but one of the shamans that really touched me a lot was a person called Rufino Faxilimachi from Bolivia. And why? Because this person was aware that to be able to activate your healing gifts, you also have to understand life, and the elements of life, the forces of life, the energies of life that are supporting through your body your gifts, because your gift that you carry within you is powerful by itself, but when you are also able to understand the nature and the power of the Mother Earth and bring that power also through you, then you can amplify your healing powers because you are connected with the energies of the earth, the energies of the elements, And when I was in Bolivia, one of the things that I learned about being a healer is that it's not too much about learning different courses or having different medicines or being able to use sacred medicines to heal people. That was just one part of the journey to becoming a healer for the true shamans, because when the true shamans reach the medicine being level, then they don't use anymore those kind of medicines because now they heal with their presence. They heal with their wisdom. So they have become the medicine, you know. So anymore they no longer need elements or accessories, you know, to help healing because they have already become through their eyes, through their voice, through their energy, they have become the medicine. Yeah? And that's what is the main purpose of also our teachings is to teach you not to have a lot of resources and a lot of accessories to be a healer, but instead of that is to get rid of all the accessories that somehow are limiting your power because sometimes we begin to trust that these medicines are doing the work, but when we embody the medicine person, we are who is giving the, you know, who's transmitting the medicine, and you became a person that doesn't need other resources more than just yourself to carry the torch, you know. And that's why when I was with Rufino, he told me to be a healer, first you have to return to your place forever. And I was like, what is the place forever? And he was like, it's the place where you come from and the place where you always will return. It's like a city, but a city forever. And at that time, I didn't understand what that means, you know, the place forever, where we come from and the place that we always will return, you know. But as we, with Camila, did the Breatharian process to live only on prana, was the moment in which we were able to return to the source, you know, the pure energy. Because when you do this kind of Breatharian initiation process of the 21 days, you are not eating, you know, and the only energy that you get is through the breath, through the consciousness, through your expansion. And then is when all the faith gets maximized and all the doubts about if energy, God, love exists or not, you know, there's faith because you can feel the divinity, you can feel that power in you.
And your own divinity as well, because oftentimes we are our biggest sabotagers and we doubt in ourselves, and through that experience too we understood how powerful we are, you know, just in our nature we are very powerful beings that really don't need very much, and actually the less we have and the less we stimulate ourselves and the less necessities we have, the more powerful we are able to be.
And that's when the medicine beings kicks in, you know, and we are able to, I was able to learn from him that kind of mental concept, you know, that kind of high consciousness of embodying, you know, like accepting that we are the medicine. Our words, our knowledge, our energy, what we transmit, it can touch people and can influence people in ways that can really improve their lives, you know. But also with him, I learned the respect about influencing other people's life, because the path of the healer is a path of so much compassion and respect, you know. And how I learned this was by being with him, walking in his fields, looking at the cows, walking in his farm, and then I was about to get a stone because he had this amazing like a museum that he has made for himself has made this museum to teach about the culture of his country, yeah. And I was about to get one stone from the ground of this patio where he had all these kind of statues as a memory from my visit to his place. And I was getting the stone, and he's like, "No, everything is so perfect as it is that we don't have the right to influence the perfection of things. You know, we have to understand that being a healer is something that somebody gives you the permission to influence their life, and you as a healer, you have to respect that permission of others for you to influence their lives with their permission. You know what I mean? Not influencing without permission. That's what I learned from him as well. The respect that we should have as we approach others and as we interact in the healing ability that we are developing. To not influence people unless they have agree to be influenced by your healing talent. Yeah. So the path of a healer is a very humble path. When I was with all these shamans in South America, they were people that they were just happy with what they had, with what they have become, and people that is a lot into giving. When I was in Vilcabamba, for example, in Ecuador, in the sacred valley of Vilcabamba, learning from the shamans of the Red Path. Maybe have you heard about the Red Path? And these people were just giving healing. They were just givers, and they used to organize sweat lodges every week, every 2 weeks, and for free for everybody that wants to come, and there was a lot of preparation, a lot of effort, a lot of work to set up that ceremony. But the healers, they did it with all their passion, with all their love, and not wanting nothing back. Just the fact of giving them, giving the ceremony was for them the embodiment of that healing power in them. And to see the people after the ceremony with their eyes bright, the skin glowing, everybody feeling so empowered, for us also was very inspiring to see these shamans being these kind of conduits for these people to heal. And we also wanted to do that. So there was a moment in our lives in which we used to travel in South America, organizing sweat lodges and doing also sacred plant medicine journeys. Um, and it was beautiful because through that process, we learned to realize that earth itself is also a medicine. The earth is a medicine. The planet is a medicine. And if the planet is a medicine, we also are medicine. Yeah? Because the earth and us somehow are the similar. We are similar to the earth. We are another being. Like the earth is a cosmic being, we are also cosmic beings, and we carry the same energy, and we can, as the earth heals people, we as humans can also heal others. Yeah. I'm so happy to read your comments and to know that you are following our video here today. And now, as we continue, let's talk a bit about what happened afterwards. What happened, the difference between activating your spiritual gifts and the benefits what you can experience after doing this. Yeah. When you are connected to the source, when you have tasted this beautiful energy that the universe has to offer us, it's so beautiful feelings, beautiful sensations that we get from this, that we always want to do more. We want to receive more of that energy, and we practice and we begin to heal people, and the more we heal, more we get into contact with that energy. Yeah. And when you get in contact with that energy, you see your life beginning to change so fast. Mm-hmm. You see that your wishes, your dreams, the law of attraction begins to work in the speed of light, because the connection with source has been established, and all the blockages, all the resistance, it has faded out, so then the communication becomes very clear, and then is when the life begins to give you clues, very little clues every day, that are showing you that your dreams, your manifestations are coming towards you, and that is also beautiful. One of the beautiful things about becoming a healer is that it's not just about healing other people, but it's also about healing your life, healing the planet, and allowing for this current of well-being to begin to give you what you deserve, that is a lot. You can take it all as a healer. It does not mean that because you are a healer, you have to live in the mountains or be broke or something like that. No, you can have it all. You can be a healer and have abundance, success, family, career, and all the good things that you like. And that's what we also learn in this path, that we don't need to change our lives to become healers, but instead the healing power embeds into our lives and amplifies our lives to make it even more greater. With Camila and I, we have uh, use this knowledge to attract amazing stuff into our lives. You know,
To
things that
manifest
we,
a lot.
yeah, things that we were that maybe could take years of hard work. We have been able to attract those things from a place of serenity, a place of love, super fast, you know, and create a beautiful life. And in the same way how we have done it, you are going to be able to attract those awesome things to your life when you have cleared your energy,
Mm-hmm.
when you have removed from your energy field any blockage, any fear, any anxiety that is holding you back. And when you are able to clear all that energy, then you're gonna feel how your attraction, you know, your dreams, your goals are right there. The power of manifestation is so speeds up in a way that is surprising. So this is something very exciting. And you know what? Um, Sometimes we have also learned in this healing path that sometimes people have problems in their lives because this energy is missing. The the gifts inside of you have not been discovered, you know. And when you have a gift and you lost the gift, somehow we begin to feel like that we have lost something, you know what
Something
I
is
mean? That something
missing.
is missing, yeah. So the life becomes kind of out of the path because that missing thing is not there anymore. And sometimes it takes us all around to realize that we have to discover it back, you know, and come back to that energy. So now with this work, we want you to feel again that connection and establish your force as a healer.
Yeah, the path of healing, I think, is also largely about acceptance because sometimes we don't want to accept that we are unique or that somehow we have a specialty, you know. Sometimes that can attract that kind of attention that we don't want, you know, maybe other people's envy or other people's jealousy because we have that, what they want. But we have to also accept, we have to meet ourselves where we are and accept that we have this awesome quality, that we might not be so good at this other thing, and that this is unique about us, you know. Just really drop into a state of acceptance where we're no longer chasing and trying and trying so hard for things that maybe just don't come so naturally. If we just start to accept what we already have, what we're already good at, those parts of our personality that maybe, you know, are compassionate or empathic, to start seeing those as the gifts, you know. And that is really also the essence of healing and being a good healer for others, is to be able to meet others where they are. Because we can't just go to a person and say, I'm going to heal you and you need to be here. You know, you need to come from point A to point Z and I'm going to bring you there. No, it's about us saying and meeting that person where they are. Maybe they don't even have the capacity to see to point Z. They can only see A, B, and maybe C. And so we can do that. We can meet them there. We can drop into also the acceptance of who that person is in that present moment. And I think that's the ease also of um, developing our gifts, is to just accept who we are and also accept other people's projections as that, you know, their own projections. It doesn't have anything to do with us. And when we do that, we can let ourselves flourish. We can just be who we are. And in that way, yes, manifesting, creating is so much easier because we're not going toward a path of so much resistance, you know, trying to get things that are just maybe not for us. We're just tuned into what is in our own frequency, what is similar to us, and that makes things so much easier, you know. Um, so yes, it's also healing is accepting, as accepting that we do have that ability, that we do have those gifts, that we can also be multidimensional beings. We can be in our maximum splendor, but when we need to meet someone who maybe hasn't discovered that in themselves yet, we can also meet them there. And we can still carry that essence with us because it's inside of us, it's who we are. But we can also, in that way, just make this tangible for other people as well. Sometimes when we are projecting ourselves as so great and so much greater because we have these gifts, other people will be like, okay, well, that's nice. I don't have that, you know? So it doesn't feel maybe attractive or possible to them. But when we are that multidimensional being, now we understand that, yes, this is who I am in all my splendor, and I can also meet you wherever you are. People are like, oh, that feels good, you know, I'm seen. And I think that's what people want, is to be seen, to be heard, to be able to express themselves. And if we can offer that space, then we're offering healing. Just plain and simple. We are offering healing. So in that space, we also, yes, can manifest so much easier. We can create so much easier. We can attract the things that we do want much easier because we're in a state of acceptance.
I believe you also are already healers. That's why you are here. So let us know also what is your kind of healing gift that you have been practicing, or what is a gift that you have felt through your life that is, special about you,
Yeah.
and share with us those gifts, because as you begin to type and remember those gifts, you are again focusing into those gifts and they can start to grow through you.
And to just accept that part of yourself and let others see that in you is a really good practice. So we want to see what you have to say that is awesome about yourself.
Yeah, let us know also your gift, because sometimes our gift can be similar to your gift, or
Yeah.
our gifts can be all feeding from each other, nourishing each other to maximize those gifts, isn't it?
For example, I think that one of my gifts is that I'm really sensitive. So because of that sensitivity, sometimes I intuit things and I can already kind of feel like, okay, I think that this is going to go down that path, you know? And yeah, I see just how often that serves me, our family, my clients, that sensitivity of being able to really, beyond the words that somebody is expressing, tune into what's behind that. That's something that maybe I didn't accept so much in the beginning, and now I do. I love that about myself.
Hello, Jose,
mm,
DeJoy, Chantel. So wonderful to have you. Sunlight, and all of you coming from Dubai, Suba, Rahesh. I hope I'm pronouncing your name in the right way. Welcome, all of you guys. So wonderful to share this conversation with all of you. And now, what if we start doing some activation, some energy work, for you guys to begin to feel the beautiful energy in your bodies, and activate your gifts with us, so we can start together this 5-day challenge, already connecting in the source energy, so we can progress every day as we continue in the challenge. Okay? So let's get ready. Let's get ready for some amazing energy work. Yeah. Let's read some of the comments here. So Donovan, you are into music healing, sound therapy. Excellent. Powerful vibration, sound, energy.
yeah, so nice. Dejuari? I hope that I said your name okay. You're searching for clarity on what your gifts are. Beautiful. What a wonderful place to be in as well, because you're searching for that. And maybe if I can make one recommendation, search within yourself without judgment. Look at you and all of the beauty that you are through eyes like you would look at a child, or somebody that you really love. Search inside of yourself from that same energy so that you are able to see and acknowledge your gift.
Let's do that. Let's do that practice. Yeah? Why don't we tap into our own selves and we begin to ask to our hearts, to our essence, what are the gifts that you carry? Yeah? And each one of us carry our
Yeah.
own gifts. Yeah.
I just also want to acknowledge Vanessa's comments. Yes, beauty, love to feel you following along with us. And
Yes.
yes, you also do have such a great power of equalizing, right? I feel that in you. You're always able to bring people into the reality while also making it soft. And I love that. Thank you for sharing as well, love. So yes, let's do that. What you just said.
Yeah, let's start a more practical experience here about activating the healing gifts. Okay, so you can experience already that inner power rising from within.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you want to do is something very simple, but it's something that requires your attention towards yourself, because you want to ask to yourself, to your heart, your higher self, your inner voice, to bring to the surface, to begin to tell you, communicate with you, what are those gifts. Maybe it's going to be a fast response. Oh, this gift, the gift is this. But maybe it's going to be a slow response that is going to activate the question within you, and in the next days, maybe the answer is going to come from within, about what are your gifts. But everything starts from internal communication. Yeah. So let's create this bond within ourselves. Yeah. So you can do it with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. And I'm going to guide you for a little small meditation breath work to just relax the mind and be able to go deep within our hearts and feel the voice of our hearts. Okay? Where we're going to ask about our gifts. You ready? Perfect. So I hope you are ready. Just be with us, follow the steps, and enjoy this beautiful journey towards our hearts. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin breathing through the nose. And as you breathe, effortlessly expand your chest and your lungs. Focus only in the air in and out of your body, flowing through your nostrils. And now begin to relax your mind. Breath by breath, clearing your mind, clearing your thoughts. Wonderful, relaxing your mind. Now you begin to also relax your body. Breathing deeply. Breathe. Relaxing your muscles. Relaxing your bones. Your body is deeply relaxed. And now that you are relaxed with your body, you're going to establish a deeper connection with all your body organs, your body tissues, your body cells. And be present in your own body. And now that you are connected with your body, perceive the energy of your heart. Focus your attention into your heart and just feel its energy. Feel the light of your heart. Because it's in your heart where the knowledge of your higher self is stored. And it's in your heart where you can communicate with your higher self, with your inner knowledge, and receive the indications, the guidance towards a better life. So now that you are connected with your heart, you are going to make this question in the most loving way. What are my gifts? I want to discover my gifts. Ask to your heart, what are my gifts? Show me my gifts. I'm ready to realize my spiritual gifts. Let your inner intelligence give you the answer. Be open to receive the answers. Tell to your heart that you are ready to start discovering your gifts. And for those gifts to shape your life in the most wonderful way. Be patient with yourself. Let the answer come to you in a humble way. Just listen to your heart. Don't judge your gift. Just accept it. Honor it. Also, you can communicate to your heart that you are ready to activate your healing gifts to become a healer for yourself and others. I am ready to activate my healing gifts to heal myself and others. You can put your hands also in your heart to feel the energy of your heart. Wonderful. So good. Just connecting with yourself, connecting with your heart, your inner wisdom, because it knows exactly how to lead you to your perfect life. Wonderful. And as you remove slowly the hands from your heart, I want you to just put it into your chest like this, like you are holding a bubble of energy. And begin to play with this energy bubble. And notice how your gifts are beginning to become tangible. Maybe if you can perceive any kind of soft vibration or tingling or temperature changing in your palms, feel it. You can also move your hands slowly to notice if you feel any sensation of energy already in your palms. Do circles this way. Move one hand and feel the other hand any sensation that you might perceive. You can move your fingers as well, wave your hand, create circles, and identify any sensation of energy. Let me know if you feel it. Let me know what you are experiencing through these practices. Oh, wonderful. Trust in your gift. You can also begin activating your gift by just facing the screen and let your energy be free, be shared through your palms. Notice if you perceive any sensation of energy through your body or in your palms, in your hands. Just relax yourself in the energy field of the universe. Breathe in all the beautiful prana into your body. Open all your senses, all your nerves. Letting go all resistance for your gifts to be activated. And now let's take 10 deep breaths to increase even more the energy that we are playing with right now, because we are already activating the gift, and let's use the breath to maximize it. Okay, so let's take 10 deep breaths into the nose and out through the mouth. And continue to feel your hands. Focus in your palms to feel any sensation of energy in your hands. Continue breathing. Isn't it amazing? Let it flow. Just feel it. Enjoy it. Let it rise from within and expand through you. Is your gift already manifesting? Trust in your gift. Trust in the feedback that you are getting from the experience. Feel the expansion. Wonderful. Continue breathing until when you feel satisfied of taking all the beautiful energy into your body. Perceive your gift already, showing you its power. And let us know how has been this experience today with us. This first day of activating our healing gifts and becoming true medicine people. I feel buzzing in my fingers, like All my arms and my face also vibrating here, my eyes, and like such a delicious feeling. Wonderful. Let me read some of your comments. Sunlight Tash, you were given the word oracle, and you asked what does an oracle do, and the answer was teach. Wow, thank you. There it is. There it is.
The perfect answer to your question.
Yes. And if the answer was to teach, it's because you have knowledge. Because you already have amazing knowledge. The knowledge that your higher self is ready to share with the world. Yeah? So it's an indication that you are in a wonderful state of consciousness and that you are a medicine person. And now is the time to bring that energy force towards the rest of the world. Jenny, you feel a pulsing and tingling and heat in your hands and waves of it when moving them. Excellent. That's it. Yes. Activation, beginning to activate. And from today, in the next upcoming 5 days of this challenge, we're gonna reach, we're gonna be there. I mean, we're gonna take you there, and all of us together are going to raise the energy of the planet because you are in your country, in your continent. We are here in California, and we are from all over the world, and we are like a network, like a grid that is raising the energy of the earth, and that's what the earth needs right now. To have clarity, to have people that is in their power, people that is in control of their minds, their bodies, their health, their force, and bring that force of goodness into the world, And you are that person. You have to accept that you are that beacon of light for your community, for your city, for your family. And the more you accept, the more you begin to practice these gifts, then you're gonna see that really this was your purpose, that this really is your reason to be.
Jose says, I feel the energy, but I do not know how to use it. I know I can cure myself, but I do not know how to help others. And actually, I think this is such a beautiful comment because sometimes we think that to help others, we have to do like grand things or gestures. And sometimes, what if just sharing a kind look through your eyes, or next time you go out and you are around people, you smile at someone, or somebody who you notice is maybe not looking so happy, you go over and ask like, hey, how's it going, or Happy New Year, or just sharing some of this energy that you feel in yourself, sharing it in some way. It doesn't have to be like on a healing table or in a session. Sometimes the most powerful healing happens in just day-to-day experiences where
Spontaneous, yeah.
yeah, where we're not maybe where we're used to being treated by others in a certain way, and then someone comes along and shows us this love and this unconditionality, and we're like, wow, it really does exist here. That can be
Yes.
actually the thing that changes another person's life. So
Yes.
just to remind all of you that, I think also thank you for that comment.
And you're gonna learn also with us, isn't it? To do it for others, because we want you also to feel that confidence, as a healer, that you can also benefit others with what you carry within you. Yeah. So stay with us for the next days, because we're going to progress every day more and more. One next level every day, as we really embody this power that we have as medicine people. Okay.
So nice. So we're all feeling the energy. Michael also feeling buzzing in your hands and your third eye. Your answers were to inspire and give unconditional love. Beautiful.
Yes.
I also got the answer love. Just love. And I love that because I love to love.
Yeah, and also at the same way how you make this you ask questions to your higher self, to your heart, You can continue to ask every time that you need clarity, every time that you need the right knowledge from within you to do the right thing, then go inside of yourself, because that voice is always there for you. That mastery is always there for you to give you all the indications to guide you into your life. It's all about you connecting with your inner wisdom and taking 1, 2, 3 minutes to breathe and slow down the mental activity so you can tap into your heart, and then live from the heart and act from the heart, because the heart is wiser and always is going to point you in the direction of wellness. Yeah, the mind can take us all around the place, isn't it? But the heart, it has a different intelligence, a different communication that always goes towards wellness.
Yes. Hi, Vimal. It's so good to have you here with us. And yes, actually, for you, I'm sorry to know that it was a challenging year. Over here was also a challenging year, and I think for the whole world, we have all had our challenges. So happy. We also miss you and are happy to have you back here.
Yeah.
Amanda, feeling hot, good. The energy is working through you, heating things up. That's
Yes.
good. Oh, Carrie, you also love to love and grateful to have found us. We're also grateful that you're here. And in this way, we are extending this community. We have been doing this, like Akai mentioned. Actually, I think we are going into our 13th year of doing this kind of work. And so this community keeps on growing. And it's so beautiful to see that when we activate, you all are also right there and ready to activate with us. So also thank you for your excitement, for your enthusiasm, for your love, all of you for being here with us.
For us, it's also a joy to be with you, because we feel also the energy rising, and we feel the gift, continue to be manifested, and to be, it's like kind of skill that the more we use it, we're able to master it. Like riding a car, at the beginning, you maybe, when you start riding the car, you don't know how to turn, the lights, check in the side of your shoulder, all the tricks to be a good driver, isn't it? But then later, after you drive a lot your car, you just go home without even, thinking about all those kind of things, because it's the momentum already has been built, the knowledge, has been already built, the scale is there. So it happens the same with this. We want to continue to practice through all these 5 days so that you can really make this gift a real thing in your life. Yeah. So Asa is yawning a lot. So allow the release. Yes, yawning is release. Is a way how the nervous system release deep, hidden kind of energies. So that's a good indication, dear one. Jana, you feel the energy in your hands tingling, and you so try it to heal yourself. We are so grateful for our help. Oh, excellent. You are bowling inside, Amanda.
I'm boiling inside, super hot.
Excellent. This is a good
Nice.
indication. Yeah.
Burning away all the excess heat.
So happy to be with you today, my loves. We are, in the last minutes of this first day. So please type. Let us know what you have got from this first day. Share with us your feedback, what you like about this class, how your gift feels now, and share with us something so we can close this day in the most beautiful way. And of course, always just very grateful that you have trust in us, that you sign up for this challenge to be with us. Of course, you can share also this with your friends, with your family, if you feel that there is somebody that might benefit from these conversations, these videos, this challenge that we want to have for the next 5 days. Please send the link to those people so they can sign up, they can join you, they can be with us, and also manifest their gifts as healers.
To focus on, for tomorrow, because this is a 5-day challenge and we want to keep the thread going throughout these days. And today you can continue to kind of play with this technique into tomorrow, where we'll share new topics on the same theme with you. But yes, as we are in this first day and starting to lean into what are our unique gifts, what is unique about me, what do I carry inside of me that I'm ready to share with others. Just allow that question to keep circulating in your mind and your heart, to just feel into it. Maybe the answer doesn't come super clear right away, but the more your being knows that you want it, that you want to discover it, that you want to feel it, the more you'll be able to open to that inner communication. And this is also about integrating all the many parts of ourselves, because we are oftentimes past parts of ourselves, we are future parts of ourselves, we are our soul, our mind, our emotions. There's so many parts to our being. And so also allow yourself to begin to integrate all of those unique parts into this present, those parts of you that you want to have with you. And just continue dropping into that question, what is my gift? What do I have to contribute?
Wonderful comments. Amanda, you feel inner peace. Jen, you feel so shy to comment, but your gift is to share your love with others without letting yourself get in the way.
Oh,
Excellent,
Jean,
Jen.
hello, beauty. It's been so long.
Back in the same place. Back to the
Yeah.
source.
Oh, I
We are
love
here, we are back into the
it.
source, dear one.
So good. Sunlight is feeling powerful energy around the heart chakra, front and back boiling hot. Wow, beautiful.
Donovan,
Vibrating at a higher frequency after this. Also learned a lot. One thing rised up. Healers give the space necessary for a person to heal. Would that make sense to you?
yes, of
Absolutely.
course.
I think
Yeah.
actually that's a big part of it. That's what I was sharing before, is that as a healer, we meet people where they are. Um, we'll share more about this in the days to
Yeah.
come, but that's a big part of what we do, is holding a space, is letting other people enter into a space that feels safe, that they can, let their guard down. And just that is so healing, to be seen, to be in a safe space. So absolutely, that makes a lot of sense.
We love you guys. We did it. We activated our gifts, and from here on out, it's gonna be just increase, getting more clarity, how to use them, how to bring that full force into our life.
It's a joy to share with all of you and to be connected in this intention. We have the desire to share healing and love with others, and to be met with you all is just the biggest blessing for all of us, that we can find those like-hearted, like-minded beings, and we can be together in this sacred space, bringing more healing and more light into the planet when we all know that it really needs it.
And we are just looking forward to have you here tomorrow, same time. Be live with us so you can make any question. We can respond you in live, and we can, help you to understand better this power that you have within you, and make of that power something that makes your life beautiful. Because this power can change your life and make it so amazing that even the wildest dreams, they just come to you. Yeah. Thank you, Sunlight. Happy holidays to all of you, beautiful
Yay!
beings. And we see you here tomorrow
Yes.
to continue in day 2 of the 5-day challenge to activate your healing gifts and become a medicine person. Thank you for joining us. Here is Camila.
Yeah.
My name is Akahi, and looking forward to see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here with us. All blessings. Ciao, familia. Los queremos mucho.
See you for day 2. Enjoy your first day of the challenge, beauties.
And of course, we can continue interacting in the Facebook group, so that's our place. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, love.